everyone. Welcome to our first ever Bubbles and Banter.
I know, and if it all goes wrong, well, don't worry about it. Just get yourself a cold beer
And a drink.
and a glass of wine.
Yeah.
A little bit good anyway, wouldn't it?
If the screen goes black, then you know it's all gone Pete Tong, and we'll talk to you on Facebook.
She's had too much to drink and she's pressed the wrong button, to be honest, isn't it? Right. Now, I've got to say something. Before you butt in. Right. Basically, what I'm going to say is who we are. Because some people on here know who we are, some people won't. So we're Gary and Denise from Turtlefax Travels. We've been travelling in Australia for about 3.5 years on and off. And we've done, where do we go, Denise? Where do we go?
Well, first of all, we went with the Caravan. We did 4 months in the Caravan, pulling it with the Triton. Then we went back to work, got the Landcruiser, and then we did a 15-month lap with the Cruiser and Caravan, went basically all the way around Australia, and then we come back to Brisbane, and then what did we do, Gaz?
We went back to work for 6 months, which was rubbish, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we were
So we lived in the Caravan for 6 months, worked, had some more money, and then we put the Caravan in store. Well, we bought a rooftop tent, put the Caravan into storage, and then we did a big top end trip. Did all the tracks, went everywhere. Well, obviously, if people watched our videos, they would have seen. Come back from the deserts, and it was fantastic. And then we went back to work, and then we went on a
southern trip, which is what we've been on now, and experienced a bit of bad weather in the rooftop tent. But why did we sell the Caravan and go with the rooftop tent? Is because we needed to trial it for our global trip.
That's right.
And
the rooftop tent worked to a certain degree, but when the weather was bad, it was bad.
Yeah.
And it was cold and it was raining and it was hard going sometimes, wasn't it?
Hard going sometimes. Anyway, we'll get into that in a minute. First of all, Laverne has put congratulations on building a fabulous channel on your first live video chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's taken a bit of time. I hope you got yourself a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And enjoy, hopefully we can enjoy a good chat.
So this is a good question. When you bought your Jayco, did you have in mind a life on the road, or had you bought it years before and just used it for holidays? No, we bought it, didn't we, to have life on the road, because we sold our house and everything, sold our furniture, all our possessions. We started off with half a garage storage at one storage place, which we've now reduced down to a quarter of a garage.
Yeah, it's getting smaller.
I love throwing stuff out, so it'd be down to just a little box like that.
Yeah, we'll have one little box in the corner. Yeah.
So no, we bought it for
that trip,
initially for living in,
and for long term.
But then things shifted. But we'll get into that in soon. Let's answer these questions first. How did it come about that you gave up your jobs and started traveling around Australia? And when you started traveling, had you decided from the very beginning to build a channel? With the building the channel bit, that's easy to answer. I did start experimenting on the Gold Coast before we actually went off and did some silly little videos of a surfing duck on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
And I didn't know what I was doing, didn't have a clue.
You still don't know?
Yeah, I still don't know, no. And then we had a little boat, what was our boat? Little Stacer?
Little Stacer, yeah.
And we used to get on the boardwalk, and I did experimented with a couple of videos. And then how did it come about that you gave up our jobs? Do you want to answer that one? Yeah?
We were sick of working, basically. No, well, we'd moved to Australia in 2006, and we'd worked a lot, hadn't we? Like you do anywhere in the world. And we had a nice house and a boat, and we had everything we could possibly want. And we was like, you know what? We really want to travel more, and we sort of fell out of the traveling a little bit, got stuck into life. And then, we decided that was it. We just go for it, didn't we?
And also, we had done a bit backpacking back when we were younger and done a bit of that sort of travel side of stuff. And you get to a certain age and you hear of people, dropping down dead of heart attack or
bad health.
Something
like that.
And we thought, well, you only live once. If you don't do it now, you're not going to do it.
We'll never do it, would we?
And we do want to leave it too late because we like hiking. We want to hike to waterfalls and do all that
mountains,
stuff
all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
So we thought if we leave it too late, we're not going to be able to do all the stuff that we want to do.
So we just went, you know what? Well, you set yourself up in your job, didn't you? Because you become a teacher.
And I did the casual supply teaching.
And I'm a carpenter and joiner, and I'll pick up work anyway. Yeah. So it's quite flexible, isn't it?
Yeah, so we go off, do a bit of travelling, come back, top funds up,
do a bit of work,
catch up on our videos,
and
then
go off, do a bit of travelling, come back. Same thing, isn't it? So it seems to work, doesn't it?
So back to caravanning or rooftop tenting. It depends what you're going to do. So when we did the big lap, that was brilliant, having a caravan. We always had a home, set up the base, and then go off with the 4x4.
It was luxury, wasn't it?
Absolute luxury.
Yeah.
Shower, toilet, washing machine, and it's got,
oven.
Oh God, it's
everything.
Got
barbecue.
Everything you want. It's a home on wheels. It's got lots of pros. But what's the cons? What can you think of? What cons?
Well, when you tow a caravan, it's fantastic when you get there and you park it up because you've got a home from home, like so you've got an apartment on wheels, but you've got to tow it there. So the cons are the fuel costs are through the roof. It costs a lot of money to tow it, doesn't it?
Yes.
The other thing is...
How much were we? I think about 23
litres to the 100, averagely.
Yeah.
So you burn a lot of fuel. 2, you've got to sometimes... It's hard to find places to put it. If you're going in caravan sites and that, you can get it in. But if you've got too big a rig or too big a setup, then sometimes it's hard to get to some of these like little remote areas you want to get to and down onto beaches. You've got to leave the caravan somewhere because of overhanging trees, and sometimes the tracks are really tight. And you just wouldn't be able to get in there. But sometimes you can, and sometimes they're open, but they're not always like that, are they?
No. And we found in some places we wanted to have the caravan and keep going, but we couldn't go that way because it would have meant that we would have to leave the caravan somewhere because we couldn't get the caravan down there, and we would have to do a big loop and come back round to get the caravan. So we just missed out on that. One was Israelite Bay.
Yeah.
We were told, I mean, I don't know if you can, we were told that you couldn't get caravans down there. So we just missed it out completely. And I think there was a couple of other places.
There's a few other places, yeah.
Where we did that. So that's...
But there's a lot of places you can get a van, and having a van that's can take actually off-road to a certain point worked quite well, didn't it? And we went to some fantastic places.
Oh, yeah, it was brilliant.
And when you get there, like I said, it's easy. You just set it up. Done, isn't it?
So we get asked all the time, why did we sell then the caravan and go with top 10, which we touched on earlier?
Because we've got to... We're going to want to go global next year. And we thought, well, let's just try the rooftop tenting and see what it's like. Because when we were around the caravan, we just had a swag.
When we went away from the caravan.
Yeah. So we thought, well, let's just try a rooftop tent. So we put the caravan in the storage, did the top end trip with the rooftop tent, and it was fantastic. We went everywhere. I mean, we go to the most remote places you possibly think of, tracks, water crossings, it's easy. But when the weather's bad, it's not so good.
No. So we did it, because we wanted to do all the track stuff and the deserts, like Gary said. But so it's got lots of positives. Like we got away with lots of free camping.
Yeah.
And in
all the places they said you can't get, we did it.
There was quite a few.
Where was it, Nace? Go on, say it.
Oh, we could. Kununurra was on. The ranger could not find where we were camping, and what it was heavily booked out. We had to hang around because Gary had to send the drone away, and we had to wait for the drone. So we was there for over 2 weeks.
Yeah, actually,
everywhere was chock-a-block, but we found this little secret spot down this track, and then the ranger he just couldn't catch us out.
And we camped there every night for 2 weeks.
So you get away more with a rooftop tent.
You do. But where was in that park? Probably down the front there by the water.
Yeah.
He come up to us, didn't he? What did he say?
Well, we put it up to dry it out. So because we always get, if you do camp somewhere where you shouldn't, you need to get up early and then move, which is what we always did. We always got up the crack of dawn and just moved. But this day we needed to dry it out. So we went to this part where we go and do our morning exercise, and the ranger was actually sitting in his vehicle, and he watched us put the rooftop tent up to dry it out, and the next thing he comes marching over. So I said to him straight away, "You've just watched us put that up. You know we haven't camped." He went, "Yeah, I've seen you about town. He went, so I was like, oh, you can't catch us out, Gaz.
Couldn't catch us, though.
So
Is there 2
funny.
weeks?
Yeah.
That's how slippery we are.
I'm not saying we always illegally camp.
No, you are.
You can get away with
You can get away with
a lot more on the rooftop tent. But what comes with that is when it's raining and all that sort of stuff, the downside of it.
And also, can I just say something?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to camp on Cable Beach. Unless you can. Because we did it, didn't we?
Don't tell anyone. So some other questions that we get quite a lot, and I've written them down. Oh, would you have another caravan in the future?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, though, I would keep the rooftop tent and the blind and the setup we've got the truck, but I would get a smaller van. I'll get a hybrid, fully off-road van that you can take anywhere, because some of the remote places, when you've got a bigger van, it is quite hard to get it in there sometimes. It's a big, long bit of kit in it. But if you have a hybrid, you could definitely get it into place.
I feel the same. I felt like for us, because there's only 2 of us, for our first caravan as well, we went too big.
I think a 16 foot would have been all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I'd like something a little bit more compact. Now that we've gone to a few of the 4x4 shows and they have all that stuff there as well, like something a bit more compact. You can get it down any tight tracks or anywhere you need to go. Lighter, maybe.
Yeah, and a little pop top.
Yes.
Yes. So it's easy to tow, and you can get it into places under curved trees and all this sort of stuff, because we had that a few times. It was scratching the roof of the van.
Overhanging branches.
And tight trees either side. You can just about get the thing in there.
I know Van and It have recently had it where they couldn't get down a tight track. So, yeah, you've got to think about that as well, besides the caravan. Oh, we've had a few comments in the live feed.
Let's answer them straight away.
Laverne, would you consider doing a best of compilation video, best of pubs, swimming holes, views, free camps, attractions, etc., showcasing places you have been from your old videos? Ooh,
that's a good idea. I'll tell you, we might do that. I like that.
That is a good idea. We'd have to find, because I've got everything stored on obviously hard drives and stuff. We'd have to find all our old stuff.
And how many hard drives we got?
Quite a few now.
God, we've got so much stuff, so much footage as well. Stuff we've never used as well. Yeah. Like, we've made videos, but, say the video is 30 minutes long, we could have 2 hours of footage. And we're like, what are we going to do with all this footage? So we don't want to get rid of it. So we've kept it and we've stored it on a hard drive. So obviously over time, when you're a channel member, obviously we'll start releasing more and more and more, because we've got so much stuff, honestly. I'll show you'll be watching TV forever.
And we don't want to put people through the pain.
No, that's it.
Paula and Graham, welcome, guys. Cheers to you too.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you very much for joining our channel, and hopefully enjoy everything we do.
Our newest channel members, and they're watching apparently from Maury Showground in our Sprinter. Love your humour and laughs. Congratulations on your channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thanks for joining. I'll tell you what, we'll have a laugh, whatever happens.
We try and keep it light. You get exactly what it says on the tin.
That's right, yeah. Us. That's right. There's no airs of grace to us. We're not trying to put anything on. We are what we are, aren't we?
If you want to put us down, we'll put us down, because we're not going to change. We are what we are.
But think about it.
And that's it.
Do you actually care?
No. Don't give a shit, really.
If you don't care, you don't care. That's it.
What are your plans for the rest of the year?
Ooh.
Well, our plans for this year, we have something coming up which we can't talk about yet. Don't worry, we're not sponsored by anyone or any of that shit.
No.
It's still just us. We later on in the year, near Christmas time, we will have to pop back to work for a couple of months and then catch up with anything. And then Christmas time, because we need to get back to Brisbane so we can sort ourselves out and decide if we're going to change our setup. We know we can't go with a rooftop tent abroad, so
we're having a bit of a dilemma, really, aren't we? You can't take a caravan. You can't take a rooftop tent.
The ideal scenario would be to take what we've got, the little hybrid caravan, but you can't take that across the globe.
No, so you got to think, right, we want to go send it to Indonesia next year. We need a little inside space, something just easy to get in the back of, so maybe a canopy on the back of that, or there's so many different ideas. We've looked at everything, and honestly, we're going round and round in circles. But we all come up with an idea. But it doesn't matter what you take. It's never going to be that comfortable, is it?
You're never going to be 100% what you take because there's always going to be a compromise. Like with the Caravan, you're towing fuel consumption.
There's no perfect setup, is there?
With the rooftop tent.
You can get everywhere.
In the bad weather, you can get everywhere, but it's in the bad weather and stuff. And then same with this global vehicle, whatever we do, there's going to be a compromise.
That's right.
So we know we need a little indoor space, and so you can nip down for a wee in the night and stuff.
Make it a bit easier.
But we just don't know what yet. So we're going to have to get back to near Brisbane so we can go.
Well, you're not as young as you used to be, are you? I'm all right, but fair enough. Bit of a problem, really.
It gets up for a wee every single night.
Yeah, I do every night, yeah.
I can sometimes hold it for
I'm a bit of a pain, really, to be honest.
And in the backside.
Yeah. Right, what else you got?
That would be great, brilliant. I thought you were going to get a Sprinter. Well, we have thought about campervans, but we still want to do off-road tracks, and there is stuff to do all across the globe. And like, especially some of the countries we go to, we're thinking we looked at 4x4 campervans, but we just don't know what the capabilities are.
Yeah, we don't know. To be honest, we don't know about campervans.
We don't know.
We know about the Cruiser. We know what that can do. We know what other four-wheel drives can do. But
yeah, we can do a bit more research into it. Maybe test drive one, and maybe go on some people's blogs and try and find out the capability of 4x4 van.
We're not sure, really.
The trouble with that, see, with us, you'll get honesty because we are not affiliated with anyone. But a lot of YouTubers are. So if we go and look at their blogs or YouTubes, a lot of the time they're not 100% honest whether they do think whatever they've got is capable because they're getting paid somewhere
behind the scenes. Yeah, so you've got to be careful of that.
So we're keeping an eye out for somebody that's like us, that's not got any sponsorship.
Yeah, who give us an honest opinion. You know, that's what you want, really. But I mean, I'm sure there's lots of things that are capable of doing what we want to do in the travels, but we've got to think about it, haven't we?
We've got to think about it.
So there's a lot to think about. And like I said, we've gone round and round in circles quite a few times. So. Anyway, what's the next question?
So we've done that one. When we did have the Caravan, what was the best Caravan modification we did?
Right.
Do you want me to answer first?
Well, you answer first because I've got an idea.
Now, I think the best mod was the inverter. So I could use the washing machine off-grid to wash his underpants.
And she needs that.
Yeah.
Because they get really dirty. It's true, isn't it?
It is true. I had underpants coming out.
I know. Pants everywhere it was.
So
hanging there. I got really embarrassed when I stepped out of the Caravan. It was pants everywhere. It's disgusting, it was.
So what was your best Caravan mod?
Well, obviously the inverter was fantastic. But I honestly thought the Stone Stomper was brilliant. Right? It was between $700 and $800. Can't remember exactly. But that underneath there, from the back of the truck to there, when we, after all the gravel tracks and all this and stones flicking up everywhere, there wasn't one mark on the front of that van.
No.
So that's proof in the pudding, isn't it? So that was fantastic. And the other thing is we did, but people probably didn't know, we climbed under the back, didn't we? We both got these like white suits on, hoods on, like goggles, laid under it. We painted the underside of the van, right? But what also we did, we went to Reese Plumbing and we got the lagging and cable ties, and I lagged every single cable, every single pipe underneath that van. So when the stones hit the Stone Stomper and they flipped back under the van, we never had any problems, ever. That
was hard work laying under the Caravan.
It took a long time.
You know, the spunk suits from Bunnings, the white spunk suits, and laying under there painting, and that was an absolute killer, but it was worth it.
Yeah. So I think the Stone Stomper, doing that on the underside of the van, and obviously the inverter.
Yeah. For some reason, the van, because we don't understand all this live chat stuff, because this is our first time, it's kind of that your message is restricted, and we don't know why. So.
Oh well, come through again. What's this?
What's your best advice to a newbie caravan owner, especially about the solar and free camping? Well, free camping, just one thing, I'll get Gary onto the solar in a minute. Free camping, I will say, is don't be frightened to do it. A lot of people are frightened to free camp because they think they're going to get attacked or mugged or stuff, but don't be frightened. We did lots of free camping and we've never had any issues.
No.
So about the solar.
Let me think about it.
It's been a while.
Well, first of all, you need a decent battery size system.
Yes.
So in the front of our van, we had 400 lithium.
Mm-hmm.
We never run out of power, ever. But we only had 560 watts of solar. So we had two 1.6s on the roof, and then I had a blanket. And to be honest, it was enough, wasn't it? Most of the time. So we needed. They do say you should have more solar than, say, battery power.
Yeah. Which
we did, but we could have probably done with a little bit more, maybe. But
and monitor your batteries twice. Was it twice we got our batteries down? We didn't.
Yeah, because we had the trees were overhanging the panels on the roof, so we only had the blanket out, so it wasn't getting enough solar in. So that's your biggest thing. The power was easy. You've got all the power in the world, but you've got to be able to get the power back in. So
does it ever run out? She tells. So yes, we did, because our system wasn't 100% accurate. So we thought we had more battery power left than what we did have, and we were using, I think, the washing machine like there was no tomorrow, and all this stuff, and the kettle. And yes, twice we run them flat. I can't remember what we did. We run that lead to the battery.
No, what we did, we went out for a drive in the car. It's got 200 lithium in it. Charged it up, run a lead from that straight into the caravan, and charge it up. So it wasn't that bad, was it? That's when we stayed at Ellis Beach.
Yeah.
And we was under we couldn't get a campsite, so we squeezed in the not a free camp, but
no, it was under them trees.
Underpowered one.
Before the trees got wiped out.
Yeah, there's no power, so it was under the trees, so we couldn't get no solar. It was there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So we had to go out for a drive and I had to charge it that way, but it worked, didn't it?
Yeah,
it worked. Got around it.
So, along with best caravan mod, worst. Oh no, there was another best caravan mod as well.
What was the other one?
Oh no, you've done it.
Sorry. I've done it.
I've had a little tipple of wine. He's done the stone stomper.
Yeah. You better have another glass. Better have another drink. Another glass. Don't give another glass. God, jeez, you're gone.
Worst mod or accessory. I wouldn't say it's the worst, but it's something we didn't really use that much of, and that was the anti-flap kit. Now, this is just the reason is, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to set it all up and get it down, and also it still rattles. If you get really, really strong winds, those arms still rattle.
Yeah, the whole thing was just rattle all the time when you're in bed at night as well. So then it's really noisy. You're like,
so we find we'd have to go out and get it all down anyway. And so it was all rolled up in its thing in the boot locker, and we took it all the way around Australia. And I think we only used it 3 or 4 times. Don't get me wrong, anti-flap kits are good for some people. Like
if you're staying for more than a week.
Yeah, if you're setting up for a long time and you've got the awning side, so then that protects it from getting rattled even more. Yeah,
that'd probably work. But a lot of the time, because we had the electric one, we could just... We was going out for the day. We just go out and we press a button and go straight in, done. And come back and get it out. Because we see, it was at Airlie Beach, a couple left theirs out, a storm come in and snapped their barrel in half.
Yes.
The whole blind was wrecked. So we just go out, press the button.
Get it in.
You should have said exercise your finger, didn't you? This little finger, you just go.
I'm doing the work now. I'm getting the blind in.
And it was a matter of seconds, you know what I mean? So if you leave your blind out, you've got a chance of a storm coming through and wrecking it, or potentially.
Yeah, so we didn't bother with the anti-flap kit in the end, so that was something we took all the way.
So we never really used it that much.
No, even though you've done your video and I've said it all.
I know. I know it works, but we didn't use it that much.
I can't think of any other mods that we did that weren't worth doing. We didn't really do that many, because the best mods was the inverter and the stuff. Oh, cheers, Paul and Graham. Cheers to you too. Thanks for your welcome.
That's all right. No worries.
Thank you, guys.
Good on you. Thanks for joining.
And Laverne, what are some of your favourite places to stay in Queensland? Ooh.
Cool.
Oh, that is. Might have a little think about that. I think my favourite place.
Yeah, what's your favourite place?
And sometimes it's about what happened and what you experienced while you were there. So in Queensland, I really loved Babinda Boulders.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
I think it's
because you like the pies, isn't it?
Yeah. That bakery is fantastic.
That bakery is dangerous, I tell you. Go in there. You're going to come out with far too much, I tell you.
You end up big fatties. Too many cream pies. We see our first cassowary. It was at Babinda, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, because we went off to Mission Beach searching for cassowaries, and we came back.
We looked everywhere, right? We didn't see
high
him.
and
Right?
low.
Well, we see one in the distance at Mission Beach. Sorry,
Yeah.
it was in the field, right? We didn't see it. We didn't really see it, but it was quite a long way away. And then we're just sitting there. And next thing, well, you tell the story. I'm butting in.
Well, I was on the iPad doing some editing, and I might have got my head down, and I just looked. I think I might have been editing the Mission Beach one Sunday.
And I was reading a book.
And I looked up, and the cassowary is a huge thing. It's just right in front of you.
3 meters in front of us.
And I was like, okay,
don't move, Nice, don't move. No, you were sitting there going, and I was sitting there going, don't move, Nice, don't move. And my mouth was talking like that. What is it? And this thing, it looked at us, and it just kept walking, and was like,
shit, mate, we shit ourselves.
We got the camera out quick though. We did take some.
That was a good experience, but for remote, obviously, I think Cape York is.
It's brilliant. I'd do that again at a heartbeat.
4x4,
so good.
But local, not
And the waterfalls now, they were fantastic for remote. But where is one of the most favourite places you've been in Queensland?
Ooh.
It's shut now.
Lawn Hill. Lawn Hill. We went there.
Next
before,
level. I loved it there.
I don't know if it was a cyclone went through or floods.
Yeah.
Lawn Hill.
Lawn Hill was brilliant.
And Gary got some really awesome drone footage.
And we paddleboarded the whole lot, like 6Ks, wasn't it? Up and 6Ks back.
Yeah.
That was
just brilliant.
Brilliant. If you ever get a chance to go to Lawn Hill, if it reopens, go.
I don't know
You'll
if they
never be disappointed.
I don't know if they will, because
I hope they do, because it is fantastic, isn't it?
There might be.
And we stayed in that campsite right there. It was $15 a night.
Mm-hmm.
Right by there, we just lift our paddleboards up, walk them in, throw them in the water, 10 paces or where it was, gone. And you can swim there. Yeah, there's salt, not salt, it's freshies in there. Freshies, but I don't bother you. But that was absolutely fantastic.
Amazing place.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they will reopen.
That was fantastic.
There might be some politics involved there as well. We don't know. We don't know.
Right, what else we got?
More drone footage, please, Gary.
I know. I need to do more.
So the trouble is, because we've been in New South Wales national parks, you are not allowed to film in the national parks, which we learnt that lesson a few years ago when we did Bald Rock.
Yeah.
And we didn't know, because we was in Queensland, we looked at all the rules for Queensland, and then we went over the border and we just thought it was the same rules, and did some amazing drone footage of Bald Rock.
We weren't allowed.
And then we got all these abusive messages from people.
So you got to be a little bit careful where you do it. But.
So in these last couple of videos in, I was going to say Border Rangers then.
No.
In Barrington Tops, the drone footage we got was filmed just outside the national park.
Because you're not actually allowed to use it inside it, which is annoying, because when we was driving up towards the Barrington Tops, there was some amazing footage. Yeah. But we weren't allowed to send the drone up.
But we do try and stick to the rules. I know everyone thinks we break
sometimes we break them, but
sometimes you don't know.
Right, yeah. We try not to. If you we just got to see how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
So Laverne again, have you got a favourite best ever swimming hole?
It's New South Wales, northern New South Wales.
Okay, favourite best swimming hole.
Oh yeah, I think something. Sorry.
I think maybe
swimming hole. What's the best swimming hole?
Would you say Result Cape York?
I think Fruitbat Falls is
Pretty
much out of this world. Oh my
God, yes, Fruitbat Falls is amazing.
Fruitbat Falls, what's the other one?
Elliot Falls is brilliant.
But Fruitbat Falls is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice.
And the water's a nice temperature.
Swimming at Babinda was quite nice in the area that obviously you're allowed to swim. That was quite nice.
There's some great ones, really, isn't there? They're so hard to answer, really, because...
On the Gib, there is so many. You just go to one after. Manning
was fantastic.
Manning Gorge was fantastic for swim.
And you could jump off the rocks there, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Into the water, and that was brilliant as well.
That was good. Oh yeah, you did your jump.
Yeah, I did my jump. Yeah,
I forgot.
But there's so many in there. I mean, there's some fantastic places. But
I've been loving your Northern New South Wales videos. Thank you. Well, we've loved it. The area is just amazing, and so many people just miss it out. That and when we went to the southern bit of Queensland, the national parks we did there.
Border
Ranges, Main Range, and then coming over the border and just doing all them national parks. A lot of people just miss it all out, and it's just fantastic. And like you've seen on our videos, we've mainly had it to ourselves.
I know, it's been great, isn't it?
It's just, that
honestly,
is
no one around. It's like, honestly, we wake up, you lay in bed at night, and all you can hear is the wildlife.
Yeah.
There's no one around.
Just brilliant. A few people have messages saying, it does get hectic at Christmas.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
New Year, but then I think everywhere it does at Christmas and New Year. It gets absolutely crazy. Could you take a caravan on that Barrington Tops drive? One thing we will say, because we went up from Scone, because there's a few road closures in between, it was very, very steep, and then coming down was steep, but that last campsite was at the river camp. Gloucester River Camp is at the bottom before you go up.
You can get there.
So definitely
there's quite a few river crossings, but you can get a caravan across.
Yeah, as long as they're not too
as long as it's not been raining a lot, sort of thing.
Yeah, I've definitely caravan there.
The one up the Barrington Tops, that track going up, you could get a caravan up there, but it depends how big it is.
Yeah.
But it is very, very steep.
And watch when you come down, because it's quite steep coming down.
Yeah. You have your brakes on a lot. You'll end up cooking your brakes if you're not careful.
You'll have to do a top 10 video. Yeah, we should do that. I think we love Border Ranges, and that video was fab. After that, we went and ordered a caravan. Oh my God, that's so exciting.
Oh, that's exciting.
Congratulations.
So what did you get? What did you get?
Yeah, let us know what you got. Yeah, we love Border Ranges. And same again. No, there was no one there. We see the Ranger.
No, a few people, but not many.
People,
3 or 4 people. Yeah. Same that campsite around the upper end.
Yeah.
Wanted the loop, but we had places to ourselves. There was no one there, and you could have took a caravan up there.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah. Border Ranges. It's only a gravel road, a little bit steep at times, but it was nothing too hard.
And Bunyan Mountains, there's a few caravans up there as well.
Yeah, they actually said before we went to the Bunyan Mountains not to take a caravan.
They did, but there was caravans up there. So
there was vans up.
They just come up from the other way, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so would you have a rooftop tent again in the future?
Yes. Ooh. I would. You
would.
Know what? I think if you had a little hybrid caravan or a smaller van and you've got the rooftop tent, you can always leave the caravan somewhere, shoot off and go and do a few nights away. The problem with a rooftop tent, it's all right for a few nights here and there, or a week or 2 max, but not long term. It's just too hard, isn't it? Long term, you've got no inside space. There's no creature comforts, basically. But they do work if you're going up the beach and things like that, don't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would have a rooftop tent, definitely on the top of my truck, and have a caravan as well.
If you could have both, they're really good.
Yeah.
But short term, great. But long term, like us, we've been in ours over a year.
Yeah.
That is hard.
It's hard going.
I think we must be the longest long-term
rooftop tenters in the world.
Probably the oldest.
Ever.
Yeah,
it is hard going, isn't it?
It is hard going. I think even if you're young, you can do it short-term. Easy.
Well, we met people who were traveling around the caravan, didn't we? They were going around and they had rooftop tents and they were saying they needed a caravan.
Yeah.
And they were like a lot younger than us.
20
years younger than us. Well, I can't believe that. But they were a lot younger than us. And they were struggling. So it's not such an age thing. It is an age thing, but it's not really. What else you got there, little niece?
Okay, somebody we keep getting asked this a lot. Where did we get the shoe bags from our rooftop tent? It actually came with them, but I think you can order them separately, and I'm sure all the brands do them. So that was an easy one. If you get a good spot, yes, we get asked this all the time at rooftop tent. If you get a good spot, do you reserve your spot? In other words, do you leave table there and chairs there to reserve your spot?
No.
That was easy to answer. No.
Well, it's very hard to do that in a free stop.
We don't bother because we love our chairs and we don't want them stolen. I mean, at the most, I suppose could leave the little table. It's only a cheap little thing. But we don't bother. We just take potluck. We pack everything up. Nothing can go missing. Take it all with us.
And we squeeze in anywhere, really, in a rooftop tent. It's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just pull up, flip it up, and you're in bed. So it's not as though if you had a caravan, you can leave the caravan somewhere and clear off for the day, can't you? It's pretty easy. But Yeah, what else you got, Nice?
Laverne has bought a 16-foot Goldfields Rebellion 16 hybrid. Oh my God, that hybrid, what we was talking about, and we was on about 16-foot. Brilliant. That sounds good. We'll have to look that up on Google. And you are both looking good. Wouldn't believe you've been in a rooftop tent for 12 months. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been outgoing, but thank you very much.
Made an effort. We felt like we was on like a date tonight, so we thought we'll put out all the stops.
Oh.
We was a bit nervous.
No, you was nervous. Get it right. I wasn't nervous.
Drunk a whole glass of wine before. So.
She had to, look.
Put towels out on a deck chair.
Yep, you can do that. But you got to be a little bit careful on these free stocks because sometimes people steal your chairs. We
did actually. I can't. Where was we when that stuff went missing? I went and reclaimed it. We didn't film it because when you have a genuine.
That was up at Diagla.
Yes, when you have a genuine, real drama, you don't think, grab my GoPro, I film it like some other people do. We come back. We actually left just the table and our firewood in a bag.
Yeah.
And we come back and it had gone. And I walked around and about 2-3 camps up, it was there, but they weren't there. So they obviously thought we just left it. So I've just reclaimed it back and put it back in our campsite.
We had a cracking fire that night. We were around wood. It's true.
But we didn't film it at the time.
No, you don't think like that, do you?
The heat of the moment, we thought someone's stolen our stuff, and then we walked around, found it, and just brought it back.
We didn't say anything, to be honest.
No, we didn't say. They obviously.
We couldn't be bothered. You know what we did? You got a glass of wine.
We had a drink.
I got a cold beer. We didn't worry about it.
We think they walked past.
You could have said something, but you end up with like trouble, and what's the point?
It would have been nice if they'd apologised, but they didn't. We just left it.
We just ignored them, didn't we?
We was glad to get our little table back. It's only a cheap one from Anaconda, but
it does
the job.
So we're going to have a fire. So it worked out right, did it? And they're bad. Right, what else we got? Another message come through.
Yes. Have you been inspired by other YouTubers, in particular, who are travelling the globe? Yes, and yes.
Right. Go on, and I'll let you answer this one, and then I'll cut in.
So we thought about driving across the globe, and then we thought, is it possible? This was actually when we was at the Cape. And then we actually bumped into a couple called Grizzly and Bear. We didn't know who they were actually at the time. But they were up there with their Land Rover. Yeah. And she showed us the stickers. They weren't big-headed, nothing.
Yeah, lovely couple.
And they had all the stickers along the side of their truck, where all the countries they've been to. And afterwards, because I see their thing, I thought they just had Instagram or something. Looked them up, and they had over 100 at the time. They've got more now. They had over 100,000 subscribers, and we thought, oh shit, we should know who these people are. But
they're a lovely couple, aren't they?
Absolutely lovely.
Really nice. Yeah, really nice.
And so we started watching them, inspired by them. They've been travelling for years,
about 10 years, I think now.
And then next Meridian, we actually watched their video on their setup. And then we bumped into them in Kununurra when we was illegally camping.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we had a chat with them there, didn't we?
Had a chat with them there.
I think they're in Indonesia at the moment.
Yeah,
we're going to take.
So we're inspired, obviously, by what they're doing.
Yeah, they're a nice couple.
They're a lot younger.
They're from France, aren't they?
Yeah, I think France.
Yeah, they're a nice couple, aren't they?
And then these guys we haven't met, but we originally heard about them on a BBC article because they started travelling. Went abroad just as COVID hit, and they got stuck in a car park in Istanbul for quite a while COVID was going on. Let's tread the globe. And they're a British couple. They did it actually just with a little camper van, and they've been everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a few. And then because we obviously, when you start watching global people, then YouTube suggests other people. And there's ones that you've been watching their drone footage. Gary's is inspired by their drone footage.
Yeah, so like Laverne just said, I need to do more drone footage, but obviously you're a bit limited where you can and can't get away with it.
I can't remember what they're called, but they got really fantastic drone footage. So you've been watching a bit of that just to get a few points.
And also, I think we've always been quite travelly, haven't we? We've been all through Indonesia, backpacked across Flores in Indonesia, on and off bloody little buses and stuff like that. So we've always been into this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But we'd like to do it in a vehicle, like instead of backpacking, carrying your backpack. But saying that, I wouldn't mind doing it with a backpack as well.
He thinks he's 18. That's a trouble.
I am 18. Oh, hang about. So no, I like doing it with backpacks though, because you can get to so many places, can't you? And so you think of the places we've been.
Yeah, we have been across
Flores, all through Bali,
They don't know any of
Thailand,
that.
all these sort of things years ago.
Before Turtle Track Travels days.
We've done it all.
Laverne, have you ever had an Oz tent and done normal camping? Yes. Well, not an Oz tent, but we've done.
We had an Oz tent camper trailer.
Oz Trail camper trailer. But we've had a normal tent. That one we took down to Sydney. We stayed at the back of Sydney, went there for fireworks for New Year when we'd only been here a couple of years in Australia.
Yeah, that's right.
And we took this massive big dome tent, just set it up for the fortnight we were there.
That was good. So we've done normal tenting, done swag.
And in the UK, we've done normal tenting. You get a lot of rain, a lot of wind.
We've done a lot of walking tent.
The walking tent.
Done that.
Swag. We've done all sorts.
Yeah, everything.
So I just spent $40 on a book. Oh, this is a van, trip in a van. You should do a book with all of this knowledge. Yeah, we could do.
We could do a book.
I suppose it's.
I'll watch it. I'll read it.
It's a book.
Yeah, I read it. I mean,
it can't be recipes though, can it? It'd just be chicken curry.
yeah, it's true.
Chicken curry and chili.
Yeah. You can have to come with some better meals because honestly, you're just letting the side down, to be honest.
We do other stuff. It's just so happens when we film it, it's always.
It always really be chicken curry
chili.
or chili, yeah. But we do other stuff, pastas and stuff.
Yeah, I know. We do need to shake it up a bit. And maybe we could start putting some things together. So we'll probably be on it a couple of more minutes. We got a couple of these are the weird and funny questions that we've had.
Okay.
Does Gary really make all the coffee?
So what do you think? Yes, he does.
No.
And the tea. And he's always first out of bed 9 times out of 10.
No.
Yes. Be honest. You're on TV now. You're live on. Yeah, everyone can see you.
No, he doesn't. I do lots of tea, coffee making, breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm like a slave on the campsite.
I don't believe it.
I never seen you make a damper. We talked about it, and I was going to get a recipe, and that's as far as it got.
Well, what it is the little pot we got. It's a bit small. We should need a bigger one.
We feel like the camp oven we bought is too small, but we didn't want to go for the bigger one because they're really heavy. So we're actually thinking of looking at who's the guys that do the
Camp Boss.
The Camp
They
Boss
do like
one.
a stainless steel one. It's a bit lighter, so we're going to do that.
Bigger and lighter, but
so we can do a damper.
We don't know. We'll have a look.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ring up Jason Simon, see if they give us a discount.
Do you like black pudding?
Yes.
Yes, we do. Yes.
Afraid to say. We also like, and this will make a lot of people sick, liver, bacon and onions and gravy.
It's my favourite dinner.
With mashed potato.
Yeah, I like that.
Very nice.
Sick enough.
I know a lot of people are like, ugh. So, this is a funny one. We've had this a lot since we've been at the rooftop tent. Where do you poo? On a toilet. No.
In the bush.
Lately, everywhere we've gone seems to have had bush toilets. Yeah. So it's been really convenient. So we haven't really used, we have a portaloo. And sometimes, obviously, we have to dig a hole, but the digging the hole thing to get rid of the waste, like when we're remote. Because
what, really remote?
Really remote. Because the theory behind it is, if you both poo a day, obviously if you dig a hole, do a poo, you've got to quickly fill it in because of the flies. And then if the second person needs to go, that's 2 holes. So if you use your portaloo, like say you're somewhere for 3 days, that's 6 holes. But if you use your portaloo, you can do it all in there.
All in one go, can't you?
And then 3 days later, you dig 1 hole.
One big hole and just bury it.
And then just bury it in one go. So it's better. So you ain't got lots of little holes. You just
so we try to do that, don't we?
So we try and
Best
do that.
Can, sort of thing.
If not, it's who flung dung.
All that, yeah.
Shoot on the shovel and fling it. Terence wants to be faced forward sometimes because he doesn't get to see all of the scenery.
There you go. You can sit there on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Look.
Any questions for Terence?
Yeah. If you've got any questions for Terence, He'll answer them the best he can. Oh.
I feel like Terence is going to have his own channel soon.
Yeah, I can feel that coming on. Anyway, let's put him there. He can have a go.
Oh, we did have some questions from Darren and Rachel. I feel like we might have touched on some of this. Darren and Rachel and Archie the dog from As We Adventure Australia. Oh, no, we haven't answered all of these.
Mm.
How long have we been together?
Too long?
Years.
Years. When did we meet? 2001.
2001.
And what? And how did we meet, Nice?
4 years.
How did we meet?
Of annoying each other. We met in a dodgy nightclub, casinos.
In Rochester and Kent.
He come up and chatted me up.
Hey?
You did.
You stalked me. No, yeah, we walked into this nightclub and I see Denise and I thought, God, have a bit of that. And I was over there like a shot. And that was it.
Took
Really?
the number? You
Took
rang
the
me
number.
old school, you see? Old school.
Old school, rang her, took her out, and that was it, really.
That was
the rest
it.
was history, wasn't it?
When did we come to Australia?
2006.
2006, yes. And what prompted the move?
We was travelling in 2003. We was travelling through Thailand, and then we was down in Nang, which is near Phuket. And we met an Australian couple, and we was travelling. We did loads of crazy stuff for them, didn't we, for quite a few weeks. And they said, "Oh, do you want to come back for Christmas?" But we'd been there 9 months. We thought we'd better go back and earn some money. So we went back, and they couldn't give me a working visa, but they said, "Oh, I can get permanent residency." So my job was on this skills and demand list. So we did that.
Yeah.
And a year and a half later, we had like permanent residency.
Yeah.
And we went, let's go for it.
And we thought, well, if you don't like it, you just hop on a plane and fly home.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
19 years later, we're still here.
Yeah. We obviously like
We're
it.
a proper pain in the ass, really.
We love going back as well, but we love the work-life balance we now.
And Australia's fantastic, isn't it? It's got some fantastic
scenery,
things.
the wildlife,
and just the lifestyle
the
is
people. It's just awesome.
It's just the lifestyle, isn't it?
Oh, it's just brilliant.
It's so much, it's really good.
It's given us lots of opportunities. Like now we're travelling. What prompted the? Oh, we done that.
What's good? Come on,
what prompted us to travel around Australia? I think we did that earlier about you only live once. You don't want to get too old to do it.
No, exactly.
And then the globe. Well, the same sort of thing, really. We want to do more travel. Then we thought about driving. Then we thought, it's not possible. Then we realised people are out there. There are people travelling the globe. They're driving the globe, hiking. There's a lady, she's called Itchy Boot. She's got a motorbike. She's motorbiking across the globe.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool. So we're like, it's all possible. And you know what? You only live once. So if you don't give it a go, you never know.
That's it. And Terence, do you have a favourite?
I know his favourite. I know it straight away.
Look, there's a favourite.
Is it favourite person or favourite place he likes to go to?
There you go, yeah. Who knows?
Favourite place? It's Sunday Islands, because that's where I'm from.
Yeah, he loves it there. Favourite place.
Got on it, Cruise with Sundays. We saved him.
Saved for himself. But, what else you got? Anything else?
That is a wrap. So, we actually really enjoyed this. We was really nervous.
No. You was nervous.
I was really nervous. It's always a bit nerve-wracking when you've never done anything before.
That's right.
And
of course it is. It's the first time. You do anything for the first time, it's always going to be nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But I think you just got to be yourself. Just take it easy and, I just answer the questions. So we've had loads of lovely questions on there. You had questions on here. You've obviously previously got from other people. And then we just answer the best we can. Yeah. And like I said, there's no right or wrong way. Same with your setup. There's no right or wrong way. Whatever suits you, really.
And if you have any questions for next month, we don't know when that's going to be yet, so we'll have to work out where we're going to have good internet and stuff. Any questions for next month, just let us know.
That's right. Yeah. That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So we know in advance. So we can actually work it out how to answer them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is going to be your first destination outside of Australia?
Indonesia.
Fingers crossed it's going to be
Timor Leste, hopefully.
Timor, which is in East Indonesia.
Yeah, and we're going to drive all through Indonesia, do all the islands, hop all the way across, and then obviously try and go to Caravan, and then we've got to ship it to Malaysia, and in Malaysia and up through there.
I mean, if it doesn't work out, like obviously because there's that war zone going on, a certain band of countries, if it doesn't work out, we can't get through, then obviously we'll have to just rethink it and go round somehow.
But you know what we're going to do? We're going to wing the whole lot.
Well, we're not going to plan it too much. We're just going to plan the first little Indonesia bit and get into the mainland and then go take it from there.
We can get 2 months in Indonesia.
Yeah.
But if we need longer, we'll just fly out and fly back.
Fly back in.
But because Indonesia is fantastic and there's so many
islands through Indonesia.
It's amazing.
So,
we've been on a few of them ferries and we know what it's like. It takes forever.
And you can't really plan your global trip because you might get to a border and it might shut, or you might be waiting around and it might reopen that they let people in. So things change all the time. And
it takes a long time to get across the ferries because we've done it with backpacks, didn't we? Years ago.
Yeah.
How long did it take us to get back from Labuan Bajo to Bali? 32. No, was it 32 hours?
I think it was 32 hours.
32 or 33 hours on a boat. So you can't plan anything. It's really, really hard to plan things. So we'll just wing it, right? It'll be what it'll be.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, it'll be epic.
Do the Indonesia bit, and then we'll take it from there.
Yeah.
Luckily, there is other people doing it, so
we'll work it out.
See what they've done and get a few hints and tips from them as well.
But we sort of know we can get how far we can get, don't we?
So watch this space on what we go with, because we don't know if it's going to be lift off or an old get an old banger, take an old troopy or something.
We don't know yet, do we?
We don't know.
We're still confused.
Anyway, so cheers to Laverne. Can't wait till the next one. Oh, thank you, Paula and Graham. Don't be nervous. You are just wanting to friends. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's lovely. Actually, thank you very much, guys.
It does feel like that. It does feel like we're in the pub.
Yeah. You just got to be chilled, didn't you, about life? And just relax and hopefully we can meet up with some of you guys some point. We can have a beer and just,
we'll have to do that.
Just be yourselves, and it works, doesn't it?
Enjoy the rest of your night. Have another wine. Oh, will in a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You'll have another beer, I expect. Sounds brilliant. Love you guys. Have a great week, and thank you for taking us to the best places.
And also, thank you guys for tuning in and actually watching us live on here, answering your questions, answering these questions here, and everyone else who sent their other questions through.
That tunes in every week. And supports us.
Everyone who supports us, watches our videos, tunes in every week. It's fantastic. So
and thank you to our channel members for participating in the live chat.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it?
So, and we'll see you next time.
Okay. See you guys. Take care.
Oh, Terence.
Oh, wait, there's Terence.
See ya.
Hey! See ya.